We'll do some different stretches, or a few different stretches today. Again, if you guys need to talk to me, you can use the chat function. I will check that periodically. We're going to start on our feet. We're going to bring our feet just outside our hips, and we're going to put our hands on our hips. We're going to do some hip rotations, and what we're going to do is we're going to use our hands to help guide our hips around in a nice big circle. Pushing our hips to the side, to the back, swinging to the other side, just getting them warmed up. Go ahead and keep going. A few more times here. Nice big circles, nice and controlled. Don't need to do this quickly. And let's switch directions. Let's take the hips going around in the other way. Push them to the side, to the front. Swinging them all the way around. Use your hands to help guide and push your hips in that circular motion. We'll do a couple more. Good. We're going to bring the feet in just a little bit. And we're going to reach towards the ground. But first we're going to take a big deep breath in. And we're going to inhale, bringing the hands up over the head. Reach nice and tall. And then exhale. And we're going to collapse over. Nice and relaxed. You don't need to push yourself here in this stretch. You can just relax. Keep holding it. Take a big deep breath in here. And then exhale and try to go just a little bit further in that stretch. Go ahead and bend the knees. Slowly come on up. We're going to take the feet out wide. And we're going to turn one foot and face it out. We're going to stretch the groin here. We're going to push our hips towards that foot that we pointed. And we're going to keep the body upright. We don't want to lean over in this position. We want to keep the body upright. Push the hips in. You'll feel the stretch on the inside of the groin here. If you want to extend the hand over your back, you can to increase the stretch. Keep holding for a few more seconds. And let's switch. Bring that foot back, facing forward. Turn the other foot out. And we'll then take the body that direction. Again, staying upright, nice and tall. Keep holding. Good. And relax there. We're going to come down into our tabletop position. So kind of warming up in the hips here. And we're going to take our knees to the outside of the mat, or just outside the hips if you're on carpet. And we're just going to drive our hips back, keeping a nice neutral spine here. So we're not going into child's pose. We're not going to come down. We're going to keep our back in a nice straight neutral position. All right, head is staying in that position as well. Drive, push through the palms. And stay nice and straight with the spine. Come back up out of it. And push back in. You're going to move through this motion. Working on a little bit more mobility here. Keep breathing nice and relaxed. Good. And relax there. Let's go ahead and flip over onto the back. All right, and we're going to still work with the hips here, so we're going to bring the knees up. We did this yesterday. We're going to go through all three motions again. Pulling the knees straight back to begin with. Again, just nice and relaxed. Focus on your breathing. Now we're going to keep holding onto that knee with the same arm, and as we pull up, we're also going to pull that knee to the side. Keep holding, keep pulling up and out. Coming back to center, we're going to grab the knee with both hands now, and we're going to pull the knee still up, but we're going to come towards our midline, so towards the center of our body. However, we're not taking the knee all the way over. We're not stretching the back here. So your hips are going to stay on the ground. So pull the knee up and then in towards the midline, but don't allow your hips to come up off the ground. Keep going. Again, focusing on your breathing here, trying to be nice and relaxed. And relax out of that leg. Let's go ahead and switch legs. So bring the other knee up and pull that knee straight back. And let's go ahead and grab a hold of it with the same arm, pull up and out to the side. Again, keep breathing. And relax there. Let's go ahead now and pull that knee towards the midline. Again, keeping the hips down. Pull up and towards the center of your body. And relax there. All right, if you have a yoga block nearby, let's go ahead and grab the yoga block. Other things you can use, if you have a foam roller, you can use a foam roller. If you have some books, you can use some books, or even a couple firm pillows just to give you something to push against. If you need a couple of those, you can grab some pillows down and use the pillows to the side of you as well. So go ahead and grab a couple things. If you have a yoga block, great. Otherwise, like I said, pillows, books, foam roller or something. We're going to go into our bases. So we're going to go to 2 different ones today. And we're going to start out with the 45-45 base. So sitting here, all right, shoulders square, so facing your screen or wall. And you're going to have the knee coming straight out from your chest, okay? So center of the chest, if I look forward with the center of my eyesight, my knee should be here. My other knee should be off my shoulder, okay? So if I turn my head and look towards my shoulder, my other knee will be there, all right? I'm then going to pull my foot onto my thigh, and I'm going to pull my other foot behind me. So if I look at my knee angle, here is 45 degrees at the front and here at the side between my shin and knee, okay? So that's how our 45-45 base is set up, and from there we're just going to sit up nice and tall. If you don't need the yoga block, you don't need one. I like it, even if you can stay balanced in this position, I like it just to gain a little bit more stretch, so pushing into that anyways. Again, we're here to advance what you can do, not just to stay where you can. So we're going to push into that yoga block or books or pillow, whatever you have. Try to keep the shoulders nice and square as well. So don't try to cock your shoulder up. Try to leave the shoulders square. We're pushing our hips, our whole torso with this movement. So holding this just a little bit longer. And now we're going to collapse over the front, so you can set the yoga block here, and we're just going to bring our upper body over that front knee. Whatever you want to do with the hands, whatever's comfortable. If you want to put your hands out to the front, if you want to hug your knee, you can do any of that with your hands. Just get nice and comfortable. If you can't come down all the way, that's fine. You can just come down as far as you can forward. Maybe that's here, maybe that's here, maybe it's all the way down. Maybe you can touch your head on the ground. Go to where you're comfortable and you feel a good stretch. Good. And let's come up out of that. Let's switch sides. And again, you might notice one side is easier than the other. One side might be harder. And that's pretty typical. Our bodies are pretty unsymmetrical here. So again, the knee coming straight out from the center of our chest. If we look over our shoulder, we should see the other knee. We're going to pull that foot onto the thigh, and that other foot will go behind us, okay? So again, right here at my knee joint is a 45-degree angle with my shin and my quad here, okay? That's the angle we're looking at. Again, pushing up with that yoga block or pillows, whatever you have at home. Just being nice and relaxed. If you want to close your eyes, you can. Just focus on your breathing. Just a few more seconds. And again, let's collapse forward over this. Okay, you can do whatever is comfortable with your hands. If you need to place them here, that's fine. If you want to hug your knee, you can hug. If you want to push it out to the side, whatever you need to come over that knee. Again, just holding it nice and relaxed. Few more seconds. And let's come on up from that. And if you need a little water, go ahead and grab some. Give the hips just a little rest here. You can relax just for a second. We're going to flip that either pillows or yoga block back onto the first side. We're going to go to a 90-90 base next. So this is the 45-45 is the kind of the beginner one. And we're going to go up to the 90-90 next, which tends to be a little bit harder. For this one, it is the exact same setup with the knees. Our chest is facing forward. Our knee is coming straight out from our chest. If we look over our shoulder, our other knee will be right there. All right? But now we have a 90-degree bend at our knees. So here, 90-degree bend between my shin and my quad here. So 90s. And 90-degree here, okay? So this back foot, my lower leg, is gonna go straight back, all right? Same thing, we're gonna push into those pillows, yoga block, whatever you have. Shoulders are gonna stay nice and square. And you're gonna probably feel this in the hips, either on one or both sides. So sit up nice and tall. You can close your eyes if you want. And just focus on your breathing. We're going to spend a few more seconds here. And again, let's collapse over the knee. Again, if you need to put your hand out to the side, you can do so. If you want to grab your foot, you can do that as well. If you just want to collapse and hug the knee, you can do that. Any variation, go to where you're comfortable and you feel a good stretch through your hips. Just a few more seconds. And let's relax there. Let's switch sides. Just one more time here on this side. Again, knees straight out from the chest. 90-degree bend. All right, so 90-degree bend there at the front knee, 90-degree bend at the back knee. This knee is straight out to the side of my shoulder. All right, sitting up nice and tall again. Just focus on your breathing. Just nice and relaxed, trying to push a little bit further into that stretch if you can. And again, let's collapse over. If you want to grab your foot or place the hand on the ground, you can. And again, let's come on up from that and let's relax. All right, let's give our hips a little break here and let's go to the shoulders. And we're gonna lay down on our side. All right, so laying down, we're gonna place our bottom arms straight out from us, okay? So the bottom arm straight out from us, and we're gonna try to keep this on the ground the whole time. We're gonna bend our bottom leg at the knee. So my legs are stacked nice and straight. I'm gonna bend my bottom leg at the knee and just relax there, okay? My other hand, while keeping it as straight as possible, I'm gonna use kind of like an itsy bitsy spider here. I'm gonna go thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers. And I'm going to walk my hand using my thumb and fingers. And I'm going to go around my head. My arm is staying as straight as I can. My shoulder will start to rotate backwards. Eventually, my palm will want to turn up towards the ceiling. So my palm will want to go up. When it gets to that point, come on back to the beginning. Okay? So we're going to itsy bitsy spider, walking the hand using the thumb and fingers. Hand is staying as straight as possible. I'm keeping as many fingers down as possible until my palm wants to turn up, and I come back, okay? Go ahead and keep going. I'm going to turn over so you guys can see what this looks like as my hand comes around my head. So I'm going to bring my hand around. I'm keeping as many fingers as I can and my thumb down. Eventually that palm wants to rotate up. Once that happens, I come back to the beginning. All right, keep going, a couple more. Going at your own pace. Good, and let's flip and switch sides. So if you want to roll over, flip over, whatever you want to do here. But we'll flip on over. Again, bottom leg bent, arms straight out. We're going to walk the thumb and fingers, taking the arm around our head. Going as far as we can until that palm turns up. Keeping that arm nice and straight as possible. Keep going. We're going to do a few more. Just go at your own pace. Let's go one more time. Good, and relax there. All right, we're gonna come up into our tabletop position. So placing the hands and knees on the ground here. And we're going to work on our wrist mobility next. So we're going to take one hand and we're going to turn it backwards or rotate it as far as you can. If you can go a little bit further, that's fine. If you can't quite go to where it's facing all the way straight back, that's all right as well. We're then going to use our whole body to control these circles. But we're going to take our body around in a nice circle. Just a nice little circle. Working on that wrist mobility. And feel a good stretch in your forearm. Nice and slow here with the circles. Let's switch directions. So let's take our body the other way around. Good. Relax for just a second. If you want to get pressure off your hands, do so. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So take the other hand, turn it around, and again, same thing. We're going to go nice and slow here. Taking our body in a big circle, using our body to control this. And let's switch directions. Good. And relax there. All right. Next, I'm going to have you sit on a couple pillows. So if you have a couple pillows or a stool or a foam roller or something you can sit on, you can go ahead and do that. We're going to go to our ankle next, so we're going to work on some ankle mobility. We're going to do one ankle at a time. And what I want you to do is first I want you to move your foot back and forth. And I want you to place your hands here on your knee. Okay? You're going to feel your tibia moving back and forth. Okay? When you move your ankle, our tibia, our long bone here, is going to move back and forth. So I want you to feel where that is. I want you to grab that, put your fingers on your tibia. You can feel where that moves. Because I want you to do this ankle rotations without that tibia moving. You'll feel your muscles engaging, but this bone needs to stay still. Okay? So if you want to place your hands over it, your fingers right at the top of it, you can. But we're going to go in a big circle, taking the foot down, to the side, up and around, as far as we can. So we're rotating that ankle without the tibia moving. Okay? Do this nice and slow. Alright, we're just working on our ankle. The muscles can engage, the muscles here will flex, but the tibia itself, the bone, does not move. Go ahead and keep going. Nice big circles. Nice and slow. We're isolating our ankle movement. Let's go ahead and switch directions with that rotation. Again, paying attention to the tibia. The tibia does not move, just the ankle. Go nice and slow. Good. And let's switch sides. So bring your other foot up a little bit, bend that knee. Again, move the ankle or foot back and forth, all right? Feel the tibia, all right? Find where that is, and we're gonna hold that, okay? I want you to put your fingers there or your hand over it so you can feel whether that moves or not, okay? So placing that there, go ahead and start with your circle, going down. You can go out, up, and in. Really focusing on isolating the ankle. And controlling that. If you want to take it a step further, try to inhibit your toes from moving as well. So keep the toes nice and relaxed. Just move the ankle without moving the toes, without moving the tibia. This is even harder. Slows it down, makes you focus on the ankle. And let's switch directions with your circle. Nice and relaxed. Just focusing on the ankle. Good, and relax there. You can throw the pillows to the side. And we're going to come up onto our knees for another shoulder kin stretch here. I really like this one. I've done this one the last couple days, so if you've been tuning in, you know what to do. If not, we're going to place the hand here on our chest. You don't have to, I like to. This is going to monitor our thoracic spine extension here, sticking that chest out, breaking that spine from this movement. We want to keep that still, so engage the core a little bit. Place the hand here if you need to, just to give yourself a little bit of guidance. And we're going to work on this side with doing some rotations. So we're going to start with the hand next to the side here. We're going to take the arm up as far as we can, and we're going to do about 3 on each side. As far as we can here, you're going to hit this roadblock. I can't go any further. That's up as high as I can. I'm going to rotate my hand, so my palm's going to come forward, my thumb's going to come forward. And then as I continue to try rotating this further, so I'm going to keep trying to rotate this hand. As I do so, I'm going to continue with my arm circle. When I get down at the bottom, the palm of my hand should face out, the back of my hand should face my body. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Nice and slow. Bringing the hand up. We're going to rotate. And then we're going to continue to try rotating the hand as we take the arm around in the circle. This is one of my favorite shoulder mobility exercises. Let's switch back to the other side. Bring the thumb straight up. It's facing backwards now. Rotate the thumb forward. And continue to try rotating as we swing the arm around. Back to the other side. Slowly bring the arm up. You hit the roadblock, rotate the hand, continue to rotate and swing. Again, trying to keep the body as still as possible. There might be a little bit of movement. Bring the arm up. One more time on this arm. And one more time on the other arm. Bring the arm up nice and slow. Hit the roadblock. Turn the hand and continue to swing the arm around. Good. All right, let's come on up to the feet. Take another little breather if you need it. Grab some more water. Just a little breather. All right, getting up off the ground for a second here. Let's get another little bit of a wider stance just outside the hips. And we're gonna stretch our sides. We're gonna bring our arms up, grab one of your wrists. Whatever wrist you grab, you're gonna pull that arm across. So grab the wrist, pull the arm, and we're gonna bend to the side. Holding this position for just a little bit. And let's go ahead and come on up. Let's grab the other arm, grab that wrist, pull on that wrist, bend to the side. Good. And relax there. We're going to go down onto our knee. All right, so we're going to kneel down onto our one knee. If this is difficult for you, I will show the modifications standing up as well. So if you can't go onto one knee, I'll show you what we're going to do with that. We're going to start with just stretching our hip flexor. I'm going to switch so you guys can see a little better. We're going to start by stretching our hip flexors here. So we're going to push our hips forward, and our body is going to stay up nice and tall. So I don't want you to lean over. I want you to stay up nice and tall. Okay? Feeling the stretch through here. If you want to even reach back with one or both hands, you can. So you can do this standing up as well. Staggered stance here. We're going to bring our hips forward, so kind of lunging with that front leg. And again, if you want to take the arm up or both arms, you can. Just holding this position. Go ahead and keep holding just for a little bit longer. All right, and relax there. We're going to leave this foot or this leg that's forward. We're going to leave that there. We're going to extend it out a little bit. We're going to point our toe now up towards the ceiling. Knee is slightly bent, and we're going to collapse over it. Feeling a good stretch through our hamstring, maybe down behind the knee. If you are standing up with that foot forward, all right, we're still going to point the toes up or flex our ankle, and we're going to reach down towards the ground. If you need to balance with something, you can move towards a couch or a chair to help balance. Keep holding this position. Good. And we're going to keep that foot forward for one more stretch here. We're going to work on the ankle just a little bit more with dorsiflexion here. So what we're going to do is we're going to now, with the ankle placed right underneath the knee, so ankle to knee, body nice and upright, we're going to drive our knee forward. So I'm going to take my knee over my toes, and I'm going to flex or stretch here with my Achilles and my ankle. So I'm still staying upright, knees going past the toes. Just going to hold this position. If you're standing up, it's going to be your back leg. All right, so back leg in this position, and I'm just going to take my knee down a little bit. So doing this, you see I still get my ankle flexion there. Just gonna push down on that knee. So here's normal, bend that back knee. Hold that for just a little bit longer. And let's go ahead and switch sides. So bring up your other knee. All right, bring that knee forward, or if you're standing, switch legs. Again, starting with the body, the torso up nice and tall. We're gonna bring our hips forward here, getting a stretch through our hip flexors. Holding this position. If you wanna take the arm up, you can. If you're standing, same thing. Bringing the body forward, stretching here, and again, taking the arm up if you desire. Keep holding that just a little bit longer. Good, nice and relaxed there. Now we're gonna extend the leg a little bit. Toe is facing up or ankle is flexed. Knee is slightly bent. And we're gonna collapse our body over that leg. And again, if you're standing up, flexed ankle again in the front leg here. So toes up, and we're gonna come down. If you want to hold on to the couch or chair, you can do so to help with balance. Keep holding that for just a little bit longer. All right, relax from there. Let's go to our dorsiflexion. Again, if you're on your knees here, we're staying up nice and tall. We're going to actually drive our knee now. Our ankle is right below our knee. We're gonna drive our knee now past our toes. So we're bringing that knee forward, feeling the stretch down here in the Achilles or the front of the ankle. So holding that position. If you're standing up, it's gonna be the back leg. Again, driving our knee down. Again, feeling the stretch here. Keep holding. Good, and relax. All right, if you're standing and you want to stay standing, you can do the next one standing. If you're kneeling, you can kneel as well. That's up to you. But we're just going to place the hands behind the back or hands at the side. Nice and relaxed at the shoulders though. So we don't want the shoulders to hunch up at all. So if you want to put the hands behind the back, you can. We're going to go to a cervical spine rotation here to help relax and end this session. So with the shoulders down, nice and relaxed, tilt the head to the side, and then slowly start with a circle. When you're going to the back, when I'm leaning my head back, if I feel a pinch, like a pinched nerve or anything, go around that. So if I'm coming back here, I feel a slight pinch, come forward with the head a little bit, and then continue the circle around. Don't push through the pinches. Go nice and slow. Just focus on breathing. And let's switch directions. Good, and relax. All right. Thank you all for watching here. That'll be it for today. There is a new schedule posted up on Facebook, and I did send out an email last night. If you didn't get that, that takes us through Saturday. There'll be another schedule that comes out that'll take us into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday probably. So